Hey everybody, Shooter Drew here, and today I'm going to show you another one of my CO2 guns. This one's actually really special to me. It has a lot of sentimental value to me. It actually belonged to my grandfather, and I bet a lot of you have actually never even seen this gun before. So let me get that for you. Here it is. This is the P.Y Hahn 45 single action revolver. Has mock antler grips, and it was actually made by the Crosman Company starting in the late 50s. So as I said, this was my grandfather's CO2 powered BB pistol. Show you the markings on it. It's a 45 Hahn BB single action revolver. That's what it says there. On the reverse, P.Y Hahn Manufacturing Co. Inc., Fairport, New York. That's where it was made and where the company was located. P.Y Hahn Manufacturing Company would be considered Crosman nowadays. Here's some useless information. P.Y Hahn was actually president and CEO of the Crosman Rifle Company for around 50 years after his father, Frank Hahn, purchased it from the Crosman brothers. The P.Y Hahn single-action revolver later became the Crosman Model 45, and eventually turned into the Frontier 36 in 1970. The Crosman Company actually started way back in 1838, when they originally had nothing to do with air guns and no interest in them at all. They actually have their roots in seeds. It actually wasn't until 1923 when the Crosman brothers started actually producing pellets. In 1924, Frank Hahn purchased the company and renamed it to the Crosman Rifle Company. In 1945, Crosman introduced their own line of air. So the Hahn 45 is a CO2 powered steel BB revolver, but unlike your modern CO2 guns where you'd stick them in the handle, this one, you'd stick it in under the barrel here and thumb tighten the screw up here. So that would be real tight as you can, and then your first shot would pierce the CO2. Now originally the Hahn also came with a little metal cap that would hide the CO2 as well. So this cylinder does hold 6 BBs, but there's no loading gate or swing open cylinder, nothing like that. There's actually a reservoir that would go beside the CO2 where your ejector rod would be, and you could fit another 12 in there to reload the cylinder twice more. And I actually like how this loads. You would just point the barrel straight up and twist the cylinder and the BBs would fall in. The trigger and hammer on this do work like a single action revolver would. But even having the half cock safety. Now it won't stay half cocked. It also doesn't have those distinctive clicks as your Colt would, but it's still fun to play with. So yes, for any of you who do know this gun, it does originally come in black with the mock antler grips. But I sanded that off to this, and I just polish it with the peak. And polishing it does make a nice difference. So unfortunately, this gun doesn't shoot. When I got this gun and tried to put a CO2 in it, it all leaked out within a second or two. I actually did purchase a O-ring kit for it online, specifically for this gun. And I probably didn't set them up in there properly because there's still a leak. It's a considerably slower leak, but it still leaks. Looking online, I couldn't find a whole lot of info about this gun. I guess they're pretty rare. I know they're not too valuable though. I've seen some online in auctions, and the most they went for is about 200, and that's probably in working order and with the box and all that, and not sanded down. If any of you know more about this, tell me about it in the comments, please. I'd love to know. So I hope you liked my review of the P.Y Hahn single action revolver, my antique CO2 gun that belonged to my grandfather. Thanks a lot. Shooter Drew out.